inside myself that I can't comprehend why. The things that I wish I had done and started before come back to haunt me as I walk to the endless stores. And why regret when I'm still this young? There's so many things that I can do for fun. I'll go ahead and sail these seas. It's time for me to start my journey. I always try to hard.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the community theater over at Dice Priori. This week, as you can see, we'll be playing the Big Gay Roadtrip. We'll be running this as a GM-less game with just the three of our lovely faces. So I'll go ahead and let my players introduce themselves, and then we'll give you all of the we won't call them boring, but the updates of what else we do over here and who we affiliate with. So either Chris or Marlo, which one of you would like to go first?
I can go. I'm Marlo. I believe my Twitter handle is below. You find me there. I do lots of cool stuff, lots of one-shots. I just doing stuff all the time.
Is it my turn? I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
All right, thanks. Hi, I am Chris. Twitter handle below at CE Kinsla. I am a game designer, homebrewer, DM player, whatever tickles my fancy that day. And thank you all so much for joining us, by the way.
So before we forget, do you want to tell us where your monk classes currently can be purchased?
That is a good idea. Yes, the DMs Guild, as some of you may know, actually has a bunch of charity bundles available for Black Lives Matter. And one of my subclasses, the Way of the Red Dragon, actually made it into the Black Lives Matter bundle. There is only one more day to get it, so be sure that you do. It's great titles for an amazing cause, so it really is a win-win.
Yeah, and we just dropped that link in the chat, so please go support where you can. We also put in our donation links for Asada's Daughters. I'm from the Midwest, just outside Chicago, and Asada's Daughters is a Black femme-led organization that is looking to educate and build a stronger community in Chicago. So go donate if you can. If you can't, please retweet or share it. To those who can, they are in full support of Black Lives Matter and doing good work here in Chicago. So that's what we're doing there. We'll also be giving away a copy of the Big Gay Roadtrip today. So please type, I think it's giveaway Big Gay. Because we're original. So if you type that in the chat, it'll enter you into the giveaway. And we'll buy a second copy of this and get it over to you to support Rose Artemis. If you're not following her, please go do so. She has her own Twitch channel that it puts out amazing content, playing games and being a variety streamer. I think she's also on YouTube with Minecraft videos. So go support and follow. We love our creators here. Yeah, Rose, if you want to go ahead and put your links in the chat, we will put them through so that people can go follow you. Let's see, if you want to support us, please follow us. We're doing a follower giveaway right now with a lot of stuff. So please go do it. We've just hit 800 followers, so thank you guys. You're amazing. It looks like we had Hammer Cakes in One Shot. Give us a One Shot Wonders. Give us a follow. So thank you for joining us. we put out tabletop content and art content across the week when we're all feeling good. And when we're back into it with our full schedule, go join us on Fridays and Mondays with Alexis Attempts Art. She is the one who created this amazing overlay in our weight screens. So please go look at her stuff, commission her to do this stuff. She's amazing at it. And there's all of Rose Artemis' stuff. So please go support. And then, of course, our music so that we can use it royalty free. Go check out our music from YouTube and Kevin MacLeod and Tabletop Audio for all of our streams throughout the week. And then, of course, if you like dice or t-shirts, we've got that too. Our links are below here. And if you have any other questions, you want to know more about us, you want to join these streams, go out to our Discord or follow our socials. And I think that's everything, or a lot. So, and I think that's what we've got. So, let's go ahead here and get started. Okay, so the Big Gay Road Trip. So the Big Gay Road Trip, give you guys a little bit of content warnings. It's all about feelings today. There's no combat in your Big Gay Road Trip. There's no dice. And we're running this as a GM-less encounter. So I will be a player today. Even though I say Game Master, I'm just driving the bus. So it's set up in acts. And so as we're traveling to our destination, what do each of us look like?
Okay, I can start. Tucker is the biggest butch you have ever seen. She is very strong, built like a lumberjack, including the lumberjack shirt, windswept black hair and bright blue eyes. Yeah, very, very tall and very confident in the way that she walks.
And are you going to be the one riding shotgun in this bus?
Sure. Yeah. Arm out the window, just chilling. Definitely.
I am playing Margie tonight. Margie is a very opposite type of woman. She is very slender of build, very she's got mousy brown hair, and she's an all right looking girl, but not, not over the top, like she's girl next door, right? And she's very her demeanor is very mousy, like her hair. She's skittish and not very headstrong of a person.
And I will be playing Liz. Liz is a very outspoken once you get to know her, and just hopefully she always strives to be the quiet glue that keeps things together, and not super skinny, not super large, just your average individual, maybe a little taller than myself, so maybe 5'5", and can pick up a heavy box and help you move your things, but not so much not a weakling by any means, but not super strong either. It's very middling, with a very middling lifestyle. Doesn't have expensive tastes, doesn't get her hair done very often, and quieter than your average individual. So, and as we're going through, so what are some of the mannerisms that So I'll just start a conversation. You really shouldn't stick your elbow out the window like that.
Oh, come on, it's fine. What's wrong with it?
Well, if you I know you like to stick your whole arm out the window. If you're not careful, it's gonna get taken off.
That'd be really cool.
That would be.
It would be terrifying, but I mean, come on.
I mean, not for the rest
Add
of
to
us.
my charm. I'll stop if it makes you nervous, but the window's staying down.
Okay, I'm all right with that, as long as you don't put your feet on the dash. Because if someone hits us, then you eat your knees, and it's not safe.
Yeah, that just hearing that, I'm putting them down. That's frightening. That's terrifying. The Doc Martens go down.
During this exchange, Margie is looking out the window, kind of spaced a little bit, and she
all right?
She looks at Tucker and just kind of shakes her head. I'm fine, just thinking.
Thinking about what? And I'll turn the music down a little bit.
I don't know. I'm really glad you guys brought me on this trip, but gosh, my head's in a whole nother space.
Life's like that.
It's just, let's just go turn the music up. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. It'll be good. She folds her hands in her lap.
You have any good snacks back there?
I got some red vines.
I mean, quintessential.
Yeah.
Quintessential.
Watching a movie or going on a road trip, gotta have red vines. I would say.
Red vines and M&Ms.
Margie's gonna reach into her bag. She has a little messenger bag sitting next to her, and she grabs the red vines out and passes the whole package up front.
Nice. Make sure I split them with the driver. Make sure just hold one out, here. Don't take your hands off the wheels. Take your hands off the wheel. There you go.
And for everyone else watching us go down the road, you're going to see this Volkswagen minivan, just the quintessential road trip van that's been painted kind of like you see it here, where it's just this pastel pink color in the middle with a faded white paint on the top that could use a touch up. But it's been a good sturdy vehicle for as long as we've had it. And she trucks down the road, not getting the best gas mileage, but because it's from one place to another. And where did we say we were going?
Gosh, where did we say we were going? That was the Grand Canyon that we were tossing around.
Yeah, Grand Canyon's awesome.
Never been.
I've never been either, but I've seen pictures of it and it looks awesome.
It looks awesome, yeah. There are no railings though, which is
scary.
Something.
Sure is. I've actually never been to the Grand Canyon either.
I just threw it out there.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to some drier heat than we're used to here, towards the middling and east coast. It's always just so humid where we're at, isn't it?
It's so just cloying,
Feels like someone threw a hot wet towel on your face when you get out of the car, right?
Yeah, I'm just walking into a sponge. Not great.
That's an image. That's a real image.
Walking straight into a damp sponge.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
She's thinking, and she's like, there's so many places I haven't been or seen or done, and I feel like I spent the last 5 years of my life in a hole.
Well, we're glad that you came out of that hole and joined us.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah. It's tough to get out when your partner is basically, I don't know, just every time I tried to go anywhere or do anything, it was a million questions, and I felt like I was being guilt tripped. eventually you just stop.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been there. Yeah. Those types of relationships always make you feel, I don't know, like, so as a kid, I always thought that quicksand was going to be a much bigger problem than it is.
Yeah.
Until you realize that quicksand is a great metaphor for so many situations in life. Jobs, relationships, where your feet just get stuck and you have to relax and float above it to get out. Right?
That's true.
Yeah. This quicksand of relationships.
Yeah, but that's done now. And I learned a lot of lessons, and I'm here, and I'm trying not to think about it, and we are having a good time.
Yeah.
Let's not even think about it. You don't need the hassle.
Right.
Yeah. She was never my favorite, so.
Yeah.
Lorelai was something else.
Especially saddled with a name like that. Did her parents hate her?
Well, I think she kind of embraced it. She's a big Gilmore Girls fan, but I mean, I don't know. I just, she was so great when it started and just kind of devolved.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked back on relationships and thought, did I just not have a brain for those 2-3 years?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, did it just fall out my ear one night and then it came crawling back and I came to my senses?
Right.
I think the scarier idea is the fact that you might have just been ignoring it. You know?
Denial.
But
Denial's a heady drug.
Yeah. For sure. I don't know. It's just, you know, when you go from being someone who's so involved with somebody and your everyday life and everything you do revolves around them to having nothing, suddenly it feels like you're like a planet trying to revolve around a sun that's no longer there. It's like, well, at this time we would have done this, and at this time we would have done that, and today is this, so we would have gone here. And it's like, it's fine. This is going to be great. I'm excited for it.
This is going to be awesome. You're your own son.
Yes. Yes.
This is going to be a fabulous trip. Just waving the black hair, just catching the breeze.
And of course, we're taking the back roads, right? Not the main highway.
Of course we are. I want to see a bear.
We want to see a bear.
I want to see a bear.
Bears are terrifying.
They are, but they're cool.
Do you know it's illegal to wake up a grizzly to take a picture?
Why would I wake it up to take a picture? I can just run up, pose, and then you take a picture and else run back.
You know what? Someone had to wake up that grizzly for a photo op, for that law to be made.
So I have been to Yellowstone National Park before, and if there is a bear visible from the road, park rangers show up. It's like they have a radar or something, and they won't even let you even begin to get close to it.
Oh my goodness.
It's insane.
Oh. Yeah.
Bears are fabulous creatures.
I met plenty of those in nightclubs.
One of my best friends is a bear, yeah.
Hey.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean, well, isn't that where you met Lorelai?
Yeah. We had a mutual friend who was heading out to the club and invited a bunch of us, and that might have been one of the last 3 times I've been since then. That wasn't a place Lorelai liked to take me.
Oh, we gotta fix that.
I know.
The second we're back from here, we're going.
Yeah. here for
mean,
it.
We're gonna be in Arizona. Isn't the Grand Canyon like a hop, skip, and a jump from Vegas?
Oh.
Oh.
There you go.
Never
I don't have
been there
anywhere to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just nature and seems close enough. And I'll kind of add it to the mental map of where we're going.
Nature, then neon lights. It just fits.
Perfect.
You guys doing okay with this music?
Yeah, totally.
Alrighty. Of course, because it's an old van, it's got one of those cassette tapes that's attached to the aux cable that you put into a phone or like an iPod. I'll pass the iPod around and make sure that you guys sent me all this music to begin with, but make sure that whatever you like is added to the playlist.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you guys add?
One song that comes to mind is The Wanderer by Dion. It is just so chill. And it's just one of the oldies. She would probably add just so many oldies on there. Just some classic songs, classic rock, absolutely, that kind of thing.
Everything that Margie. We're not talking about Lorelai. Because everything that Lorelai likes, she's trying to keep away from. Margie has added a bunch of songs that sound like they came from like a bard or like what you'd hear in an old tavern, like the type of music that would be played in like the Middle Ages. She's just like sways to the music as she.
That like 10 minutes, everyone in the 90s listened to Gregorian chant.
Yes.
I feel like we're going to medieval times here. Like we're going into that.
And of course, that's interspersed with all the things that I had on that old iPod Mini, the big chunk one.
Yeah.
That before they got really tiny and thin, has a combination of things from, Avril Lavigne to the Beatles to 9 Inch Nails on there. Yeah, it's
super eclectic.
Yeah. And just have the whole playlist on a repeat.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And of course, partway through this trip, Queen is going to come on. And
it has to.
Oh, it really does. And I'm sure when we get there, I can count on you all to sing with me, right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Because we'll play "We Will Rock You" and Bohemian Rhapsody back to back, of course.
Of course, it's the way it has to be.
You got to have your Wayne's World moment.
Oh yeah.
And no road trip is complete without a Wayne's World moment.
Oh no, I'm having an existential crisis. I don't know what Goldfrapp is.
What?
Do none of us know? Oh. Uh-oh. Chat has thrown me for a loop.
Chat,
a queer icon.
A queer icon. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We'll have to figure that out and throw it in our chat at some point.
Yeah.
You go watch it. But let's see. So we've got our music, we've got our snacks, we've been tooting it down the road here. Of course, with On the Road Again. On the road again.
Oh my gosh.
I just Google searched Goldfrapp and yes.
Yes.
This is very, very
This is
much a queer
queer.
icon.
We'll have to educate ourselves when we go on break. We
Oh,
absolutely
yeah.
will.
This is
We
amazing.
can make all the references.
Yes.
Definitely.
Good, good.
This is the queerest icon.
Love it.
So, I've always wanted to fly over the Grand Canyon in a helicopter or take one of those mules down. Are we gonna do one of those things when we're out there?
There are mules at the Grand Canyon and no one told me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, this is gonna be the best trip ever. We're definitely doing that.
Yeah, they you can rent like a guide and like mules or horses, and you can ride down the side of the Grand Canyon.
That is so cool. Yeah, we
Yeah.
are doing that.
You know what I won't do though is they've got that disc over the north face that's like that giant sheet of like plexiglass that you can look straight down on while you're standing on it.
Mm.
No, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I am laying on that, and y'all have to send a picture of me laying on it screaming like I'm falling. We gotta send it to Ben. We have to send it to him. He's gonna freak out. Oh man. He told me not to like get too close to the edges. It's not no.
He's a
Don't
smart man.
worry throughout this trip.
He's a smart man.
How are things going with Ben?
They're going pretty good, you know? Yeah, it's kind of weird. He's the first guy I've ever dated.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I've only dated women this entire time, and suddenly he just showed up, and I was like, oh, what? It was kind of weird.
Wow.
But yeah, it's going great. My mom loves him. Like, really loves him.
Does she love him because he's a guy, or does she love him because he's great?
Let's just put it this way. She treated all my other exes like a friend was coming over, and she treats him like her son is coming over, you know?
Mm.
Yeah. I think she thinks, oh, it's over now. I can relax, you know?
Why does everyone think it's a phase?
I don't know. Dating men may be a phase. I don't know yet. All I know is I really love him, and that's about it.
Hey,
You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Didn't he do that thing for your birthday?
Oh my god. Freaking glow-in-the-dark bowling. That was the best day of my life.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah,
I got the invite. I'm sorry I didn't come.
that's okay. No, I got it. I understood.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've been a real bad friend, guys, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm just happy you guys are happy.
Yeah, well, we're happy that you're happy now. You're coming in here, you're brighter, you know?
Thanks.
I miss that.
We miss having your smiling face around.
Why didn't Ben come?
He had work to do.
Ah,
And he figured, like, you know, it's one of those trips that are just for your friends and not for, you know, partners or anything. So,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I told him he was welcome, but
Yeah, we would have loved to have him, for sure.
come on the next one.
For sure.
hmm Although I don't think if we're going to the Grand Canyon, he will come for that one. He is kind of afraid of heights. Just a little bit. I think that was a factor. I think he like picked up more shifts at work, so he had an excuse not to go. It's like, oh, suddenly I'm CEO of the company now. Suddenly, I'm sorry.
Is he in business? Is that like what he does? Is he works in like a corporation or something? Or what does he
Yeah,
do?
it's so weird. I've never had like a partner like that. He's just so straight laced and just like, it's so weird. It's some like computer company, I think. I don't get too much into it. I'm not super well versed in that kind of thing, but he loves it, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Everyone I've dated so far has either worked at like Lush or a farmer's market, so I don't know.
Ah.
All of us.
Yeah.
I love bath bombs. What can I say?
I can't. I mean, come on. A beautiful woman is showing me a bunch of bath bombs and like moisturizing my hands for me. Like, how can I not love that place?
I'm gonna fall in love right there.
Right?
You guys don't get overwhelmed with all the smells?
No, I mean, I did when it first opened up. I did. I was like, this is insane. And then I realized how beautiful everything was, and I kind of like ignored it for a little while. And now I'm good.
I have the same problem with that candle and soap store. What is it? It's not Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works. That I still can't do.
Yeah, so many smells. And I always get it confused with Bed Bath & Beyond, and I walk in wondering where the remote controls are. It's quite...
Some guy in an apron hands you like a moisturizer, and you're like, this isn't the super remote. Like, what are you talking about? What's this place?
Yeah, I have at one point had a partner, he was great, but super weird. This was years ago. And he's like, he had super like dry hands, and I tried to put some lotion on him from what is it, Bath and Body Works. Now I was trying to say Bed Bath and Beyond, from Bath and Body Works, and he acted like I was trying to convert him, like trying to tell him, like I was just like, what it's a floral scent. What does it matter? Like,
yeah.
So I just like, I don't do cis het men anymore.
That's wild. That
Man.
Just like, get over yourself. You'd rather have like broken and bleeding skin than smell like flowers. Okay.
Like, lavender is a delight. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't understand where that's coming from.
I'm on the not liking lavender train. It can be overpowering too.
It depends.
Yeah.
Like, the actual flower actually isn't too bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
if it's like the essential oil, oh god. Ugh,
Yeah.
It's too much. You wake up 3 hours later like, oh, the lavender put me to sleep that fast. It's wild.
You might string me up for this, but I cannot stand patchouli. I can't stand it.
What?
You don't know what patchouli is?
No, I know what it is. I'm saying, what? You don't?
I can't stand patchouli. It's so strong. Every time I smell it, I just think about, like, I don't know, like the tents at a Ren fair. Like, that's all it reminds me of. I could be in the tents without the patchouli scent, though.
Oh no, the glasses came off.
The glasses
patchouli
came
debate
off
is
there.
hot.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. That's the best part of the Ren fair. You smell the turkey legs and the meat and the patchouli.
Turkey legs, I can meat good. Turkey legs good.
Mm-hmm.
Other smells okay, but patchouli just I don't know, maybe I knew too many people who just didn't wash often enough and just used a lot of patchouli. Mad respect if, I know we bathe way too much in the Western countries. I understand this, but even though it's strong, it doesn't cover it. It doesn't.
See, you don't hate patchouli. You hate that mixed with whatever the hell they're cooking up.
Yes.
Just whatever this is.
But then it's like,
Not a good combo.
you ever like get the beginning of a scent and then like it's like your memory fills in the rest of the scent?
Yeah.
It's like that. And Lorelai liked patchouli, so
Say no more. It's gone.
it's gone.
It's gone.
Mad respect. One day I'll be back. I'll be able to get with it.
That's right. It'll be great. I'll start wearing it and then it'll remind you of me.
There we go. There you go.
Solution.
And you see Liz take something out of the cup holder and like stick it in like the middle compartment between the cars.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we would need air fresheners, but never mind.
Wow. I guess not.
We can always stop at a Target on the way.
Exactly.
This is the United States. There are plenty of Targets around.
Oh my gosh.
That was an inside joke.
So
we established that Canada has no Target anymore.
Yeah, it's very sad.
We're not entirely sure why or how, but like...
We just didn't shop there, I guess, enough. They took away our Zellers, and that's our version of Target. It had a restaurant in it and everything. and they took it away.
Sounds fabulous. I'm all for supermarkets and stores having like eateries inside of them.
Oh yeah.
It's like amazing.
Right?
We've got all the fresh produce right there. Why not?
Once you get hungry. I can stop and eat rather than buy like a million things I'm not gonna eat or shouldn't eat.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I like IKEA. They got the meatballs in there. So when you go through the Odyssey, that is IKEA. You're rewarded at the end with meatballs.
That's your Penelope at the end of the journey.
Exactly.
Meatballs.
You get me. There we go.
There you go.
You know, she was truly the main protagonist of that story. It wasn't about the men.
Mm-mm. I've never read the Odyssey. I just know the pop culture references to it. Hey.
Someone may have spent way too much time reading the Odyssey and taking the feminist stories from it, but here we are.
Hey.
It's paying off now.
It sure is. Sure is. Nobody understands my references.
It adds an air of mystery to you.
You know, keeping my mouth shut does the same thing. If only I could take my own advice.
No. Mm-mm. Say what you want. Say what you feel. Do it.
So what else do we want to do on this trip? We've already added Vegas and mules.
Vegas, mules.
Where else do we want to stop?
What is on the way? She's gonna grab her phone and look up what is around this place. I just want to vibe. I'm honest. I just want to chill.
Mm-hmm.
I work way too much. I just want to relax, you know? Just like this. Just chat and relax.
What kind of work are you doing these days now?
Construction, mostly.
Mm.
You know, we're coming up to construction season, so it's about to get real hectic, but, you know, it's fun. It's still fun. Every day is a different, like, set of issues that I gotta deal with. I don't have to deal with customers.
That's awesome.
I'm never doing that again. It's not happening again. I can't.
That's awesome.
I should really move into the construction business. I don't want customers.
No. You should deal with coworkers. And, you know, actually doing the work, but still.
Can I not have those either? Can I just
I
do
mean,
my own work?
if you want, you can like build birdhouses and sell them on Etsy or something. That could work.
I'm glad you think I'm that brilliant with hand tools.
I can help you. We'll make the first few as a team, and then you'll go off on your own. It'll be great. Yeah.
New business model.
Exactly. Birdhouses by Liz.
There's weirder things. There's weirder jobs out there. I mean, you could do that.
Hey.
Exactly.
I like things that you can do in your free time until they can be like your true gig, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if that's your jam, you can do that and then like build your business, you know, maybe get some cool places to sell them. And then, you know, go to farmers markets, meet lots of cute lesbians. I mean, that's always an option. Yeah.
They're just waiting for you there. It's true. Every time I broke up with someone, the next day I just go to a farmer's market. Boom, I feel so much better.
There's something about the cheese people at farmers markets. Every farmers market has one of those cheese people, and it's always so comforting.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
I prefer the kettle corn people. For some reason, whenever I go, they're always there. They're so nice. They give me a discount on the big bag.
Oh.
Now I'm addicted. That's their ploy. They get you addicted. And then they just up the price. I still do it. I still buy it. I'm weak.
I like those artisanal coffee sellers. Something about like this like mid-40s dude that was at the last one that I was at that was just like the chillest vibe. I mean, he wore socks with sandals, but it was a chill vibe.
You can't judge people on their fashion faux pas.
Can, and you should.
And you see that Liz is wearing like a Hawaiian shirt with like jean shorts.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
I don't think I have a problem with the way you're dressed, Liz. I think it's I don't know. It's that old dude. He just had this vibe about him, and it didn't matter that he was wearing socks with sandals. So I guess that was what I was saying.
You're either hot or you're cold. Which one is it?
Yeah.
Choose.
I mean, it was like an 80-degree day out. So I mean, like,
It's not bad.
it's not hot, but
The breeze comes along.
yeah. Maybe he just didn't have time to clip his toenails. I don't know.
That's fair. That's like a hat on a bad hair day.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I can accept that. But you gotta ask him the next time, like, why?
Why?
Just why, and then let him fill in the blanks.
Were they like the compression tall socks or like the ankle ones?
The compression, like the tall ones. But they had like slipped down, so it's like they bunch at your ankle.
That's a statement.
And it's like Birkenstocks. I'm all for the Birkenstocks. I'm glad they're back. I'm into it. But we gotta leave the socks off.
It's a life mantra. I can't sleep with socks.
People do that?
They sure do.
Mm.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend one time who wore her socks for bedroom activities. She wouldn't take them off.
The socks stay on.
The socks stay on. That one didn't last too long.
Was that the deciding factor?
No.
Or was it something else?
No.
Did she also forget to clip her toenails?
I don't know. I never saw her feet. But she was one of those people that put the milk in the bowl first before the cereal.
Oh, I don't trust that. That's a serial killer.
I don't trust it.
Mm-mm.
What? How do you know how much milk to add?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I judge by how much cereal I want to eat. So if I put enough in it, I'm like, that's enough cereal.
So then what do you do if you end up with extra milk because you misjudged how much milk you needed for that cereal?
I mean, my dad drinks it. I can't because it has like bits and pieces of cereal in it. I don't like that.
I like
don't
cereal
like my drinks
milk.
chunky.
Cereal milk is the best milk.
You can have it then. When I'm done with my cereal, I'll give it to you.
Perfect.
Ugh.
Secondhand cereal milk. I'll take your sloppy seconds.
Mm. Mm-mm.
This is the true friendship of pizza crust.
I'm learning so much. I will not give up my pizza crust, that's for sure. That's not happening. I
Then
eat
you
it first.
no, the true friendship of shared foods is olives. Worst food on the
olives.
planet.
Olives are awful.
I don't like them.
Well, I'll throw them in the trash.
Here we go. Perfect.
I mean, that must have been what Matt was for, Maddie.
Yeah.
Too bad he couldn't join us.
I
That's
know.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
We'll save him the olives.
It's just in a jar. We'll have to get...
Yeah. I don't know how we're gonna refrigerate it, but I mean that's his problem, not mine.
I mean, I packed a cooler in the back. It's got stuff for
Yes,
sandwiches,
We could do
and
that.
we'll just pick up ice along the way, like you do.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we can just store all of the extra olives I didn't pack because I hate them. And
Why are we ordering pizza with olives on it then? Where are we getting these olives?
Who's forcing these olives on us? I must know.
Do you know something I don't know about this trip?
we were talking about those perfect relationship foods where like one person loves the thing and the other person hates it.
Yeah.
You have pizza crust, evidently cereal milk, and olives.
Olives just pop up, yeah.
Yeah. My current relationship, we have that with mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah, he loves mushrooms, just fungus for days. And I hate mushrooms. So whenever they end up on my half of the pizza, I pick them off and give them back.
That's a good system. It's a
Yeah,
fair system. Yeah,
it is. He gets
like
them
that.
all.
that works. By the way, checking on my phone here, it looks like there's like cave exploration, possibly at the Grand Canyon. They're measuring bats in these photos. That's pretty cool. If they let us do it,
I'm here for it.
I'm good for some spelunking. Oh yeah, there are bats. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm always down for good spelunking.
I am.
Oh my.
Are you nuts? I'll go on my own. Just give me a headlamp. We'll go. I'll go on my own.
She said.
Oh my gosh. That's a euphemism if I've ever heard one.
Absolutely.
We did mark this as mature. We're good.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Is it spelunking when there's water? Like, is it diving? Well, isn't there one that's like diving and one that's like just like going into caves?
Well, that's cave diving.
Oh,
And
so
then
it's just called...
is just exploring caves, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm well versed in the cave lingo jargon.
That's cool. Have you done a lot of cave diving and stuff? And like, or not diving, I guess like spelunking
Just
and things
caving.
like that.
Yeah, sometimes, I'm just looking for Mothman, but
Oh, I love
No luck.
Mothman.
Just gonna keep all my jokes to myself.
Oh no.
Oh no. No, oh no is right.
I'm just afraid of like getting stuck.
In
That's
the
fair.
cave? Like in an actual cave?
Not the like
Okay.
euphemism for like a female body part. Like that got done when I was born. I got through that one.
We're good.
We're good.
Again.
Well, usually, so if I remember correctly, most of the caves that we see, especially desert caves, are going to be large enough that it's going to be like, huge. They're big.
Mm.
A cavern.
Big. Yes.
So
Not
like
so
don't like shove yourself in a space where like you would have difficulty getting back out, I guess would be the
Yeah.
Yeah.
answer.
Understand where you fit. Oh, hey, thank you for the raid. Mercs of Mischief, thank you for joining us. Make sure we're doing way Big Gay. And let's see. There we go. Now I fulfilled my obligations. Yeah, no, I think most of these caves are pretty large. You fit 2-3 people across. They're adventuring caves. You get your good 5-foot blocks. You
Mm-hmm.
can fit through.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, but then, did you guys ever watch that, what's it called? That movie where they go under, like, France? Into
Yeah.
was it
something?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that scared me. So I don't know about caves.
That's fair. I mean, I'm not going to like a haunted cave. I think that's the like tipping point there with that one.
Okay, so not a haunted cave.
If we all agree. I mean, I'm up for going into a haunted cave, but
I'll do it, but I would like a guide.
I'll be your guide.
Okay.
Like, are we going to just experience or to like prove that it's haunted?
I mean, I got a camera. We can just go full ghost hunters. Full BuzzFeed Unsolved. Let's do this.
What's up, demons? It's me, your boy.
Right. Hey, Goat Man, I'm on your bridge.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Something new to try. You know me, right now I just want to like get out there and experience the world.
Just do it, yeah.
Yeah. It's always the best.
It absolutely is.
So which one of you was in charge of a map?
God, I hope it wasn't me.
Well, you are in the co-pilot seat.
You're right. You're right.
All right. I think it might have been me,
Something.
and I think I got distracted because I saw Birkenstocks at Target.
What's with you and Birkenstocks?
They weren't real Birkenstocks. They weren't like the,
Oh.
but you know, the stylized, you know,
Yeah.
because, you know, they're not gonna have that there. But I got distracted and tried those on, and I was on because I was on my way to the maps. So I think that
Mhm.
might have been me.
mean-
Oopie.
Okay, well I can look up on my phone that has no bars.
Eee.
And as we're driving, you guys start seeing signs for a place called Dismal Falls.
Dismal Falls.
Yeah.
Dismal. That sounds
Sounds so cheerful. So peppy.
I mean, it's the green signs that are from like the forest preserve, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Should we stop, get out, stretch our legs?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Right. And I will follow the signs to Dismal Falls.
Sweet.
I don't really know if we're supposed to be. Are we still going in the right direction?
I mean, probably. I have like a compass. I can probably.
I mean, are we still going west?
Approximately. Like, how west are you? How west do you want to go?
Like westerly west?
Oh, I thought you said west. We're approximately there. Yeah, we're headed westward.
Yeah, this is like a 2-day adventure to get here.
It's fine. Yeah, it's the journey that
It's fine.
counts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just said west.
We're doing great, folks.
We're doing great. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I could go for a rest stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so as we turn into what looks like Dismal Falls, we're met with we haven't quite hit the desert yet, so it's still lush, it's still green, it's still hilly. And as we stop, we are on this gravel, like 3-car space. That's just this middle of nowhere. We haven't seen a town for like 20 miles. The last town was so small we blinked and missed it. And you get out and you are met with a surprisingly lush space, full of greenery and broadleaf plants and trees that have been growing for a century now. One that's been knocked down, it serves as a bridge across this substantial, not quite big enough to be a river, even though it would not like a small child over with the stream, but like babbling brook kind of size. And it's just a very wholesome space.
Man, Tucker just gets out of the car and like the way she looks at this forest is like when your dad gets up first thing in the morning on your vacation and is like with a coffee cup admiring the woods. It's like that, where it's like, nature. Oh man, all you see is just like the plaid shirt and the jeans, just like nice.
The jeans. That's awesome.
Margie goes to the back and opens up her bag and starts changing into some like sneakers. She didn't bring hiking boots, even though she knew she was going to the Grand Canyon. She was wearing Birkenstocks and she's changing into her.
Yeah,
like
that's
some
pretty. That's
sneakers.
fair.
Yeah.
And Liz gets out of the front seat, you know, like a cat getting out of like a sleeping position and like stretches.
Nice.
all the directions, and opens up the back trunk, and kind of sits on the back end, pulls a drink out of the cooler, and of course in a glass bottle, whatever that liquid is, and grabs the sunscreen and passes it around. Do we think we should take a bit of a hike now?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing too strenuous. We don't want to, looks like a small park.
I'm gonna stretch our legs a little bit, yeah. What about you, Margie? What do you think?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right. I'm gonna take like some granola bars just in case, and like put them in my pocket, and like just some Gatorade or something. Just have that ready.
Margie grabs the red vines and shoves them in her pocket.
That's solid. I'll be there when the sugar wears off. Engineer the trail mix.
With actual food. I have a small backpack that has hiking essentials in it. If you were to rifle through it, you'd see a first aid kit with band-aids and bug spray, the sunscreen that I passed around that you may or may not have used, that I may have passed back to you if you didn't use it the first time, and just a couple of waters and what have you.
Nice. It works, all right. Tucker immediately goes for the tree trunk that's like spanning over the creek and just like, he's like, all right, let's do this.
I love how like we're varying levels of preparedness for this.
Yeah, just like I got like you got like red vines in your pocket and you're like, let's go.
You gotta have your snacks, and as someone's always going to be forgetting something.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe I'll have lost my toothbrush at some point.
That's. I hope not.
I hope not. Be stuck in a van, wishing I had some patchouli to smell.
Oh no. Again, Target. We could just go to Target. It'll be fine.
That's true.
Thankfully, of all the things to forget, a toothbrush is probably the easiest to replace. At least you don't forget like underwear or
That's true.
That's no good.
I mean, we did all have to have a conversation about making sure we were all wearing pajamas at night, right?
Oh. Okay. No, loud and clear. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I can't sleep in the nude, so.
Well, as long as you don't sleep with socks on, because we've already established that's real weird.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But, yeah. So, as we're getting out, I of course don't follow you over the log. I've got those sandals on that are like the quick dry sandals that are like they're not like jellies from like the 90s, but they're that like old lady sandal that you see moms wear all the time. And I go straight through the water because it's not super deep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
But...
yeah, I'm gonna follow across the bridge.
Hey, don't fall.
Can't get my kicks dirty.
Well,
I mean, that's fair. Wouldn't that wash? No.
What was that?
Wouldn't that wash your shoes going through the water a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you end up with those like squishy shoes if you've got sneakers or boots on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just not pleasant.
Yeah, I'm used to wearing boots, so I don't have those problems. I don't have that. It's just airtight.
Change your socks twice a day so you don't get trench foot from sweat.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Some patchouli in there to make sure it doesn't smell.
Yeah. But yeah. If we can take a bit of a stop here and then figure out if we're lost or not.
Mm-hmm.
Find the next gas station, fill up.
Definitely.
I'll point out trees and random things that are supposedly fun facts, but are probably just boring education.
That's a white oak, and that's a red oak. Now here's how you tell the difference.
Yeah. Silver maple. You know, you really don't want those in a forest; they'll just take over.
Yeah. And there's mountain maple, which has little helicopters on them.
You guys are awesome. These tree facts are cool.
Nature,
I'm here
man.
for it.
Nature.
Have you guys ever seen those squirrels that look like they've been dipped in paint, where like the front half of them is a different color than the back half?
I think I have, yeah.
Have you ever seen? Yeah, have you ever seen one of those with a zebra tail where it's striped?
Are you describing a Pokemon?
Like, I don't think that exists.
I have a picture of it somewhere. My 10-year-old self went to the zoo with my family and ended up taking pictures of squirrels for this very reason. You go to the zoo, there's lions, tigers, and bears, and I took pictures of squirrels, and I was made fun of for years for it.
Wow.
Yeah. Squirrels, man.
Squirrels. Gotta love them.
Well,
I've never seen like a ring-tailed or like zebra-tailed squirrel though. That's more of like a raccoon kind of thing.
The Midwest is a crazy place.
That is pretty wild, yeah.
Okay, so I Google zebra-tailed squirrel, and I get a lizard with a zebra tail. What is this?
Yeah, that's real close. Thanks, Google. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Well, if one comes up, point it out to us, because I'm not convinced. I don't know. I think that's a cryptid.
That's a cryptid. If we see a cryptid out here, like, that's gotta be the mascot for our trip.
Right?
It's gotta be.
Capture it, we're gonna be rich. But
Yeah.
even if we don't, like,
We'll have a story to tell.
I'm meeting my heroes.
Oh.
Man.
What's your
I'm a fan of
favorite
that
cryptid?
Stick, by the way.
Oh, big, like a big Gandalf stick?
That's the one. You like a Gandalf
Yes.
stick, absolutely, yeah. Favorite cryptid? Oh man. I mean, I gotta go for the classic Bigfoot.
It's
I love
classic.
Sasquatches. Oh yeah. There's squirrel.
There's a squirrel.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I mean, Google is made to end arguments or start them. It really just depends on the day.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that, but I didn't look real hard. Guess I gotta go to Ohio to see the squirrels, man.
For me, favorite cryptid is somewhere it's either Mothman or the Jersey Devil.
I like that.
Like,
Good balance.
it's a good. They're both, you know. They're both super cool, and they're like not as well known as like, you know, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of like, you know, a hipster kid, but like, it's just.
I like obscure cryptids, okay?
Okay. That
So-
one from the small town in the Midwest that like nobody else has heard of, that like
Right.
kids talk about. Like, that's my favorite.
It's only been seen in this specific area,
Yeah.
right?
Are those considered cryptids? Like when I
Yeah.
think cryptid, I think like, oh no, those are elithids. With like the
That was a
yeah. Man, I don't know that I have a favorite cryptid. What have I been doing with my life?
You should get one.
I wonder if there's one in this area. Spooky story time.
Probably. Whew.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that Mothman comes with his own song, the YMCA version of Mothman. You know,
I've never heard that. What?
Mothman. There's no need to be down. I said, Mothman.
Oh, he's an
Go on
icon.
TikTok, like I swear.
He's an icon. That's it.
It's amazing. Yeah, they got a statue of him in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And he's got like abs. I don't know why they gave Mothman abs, but they did. It's huge. We gotta go there next.
Mothman thirst is real.
It is. Oh my gosh. I'm researching cryptids. Suddenly fanfiction.net pops up. I'm like, what? Oh, I don't know. I didn't click on it. I'm a little nervous there. Cryptids,
Oh
man.
boy.
Oh.
I think
Boy.
I've lived underneath an internet rock. I didn't know this was a thing.
Stay there. Don't come out of there. It's scary up here.
Unsurprised, but the world's an interesting place.
It is very interesting, yeah.
Let's see. So, I will pick an assortment of flowers
Nice.
to tie together and kind of hang off the rearview mirror in our van.
Oh.
But I'll shake them out so we don't end up with ants or anything in the van, because that would be terrible.
Oh
No,
no, my
thank you.
red vines.
No, no, I can live without that.
I don't like that.
Yep, not a fan. I burned down a whole house once because there were bees. No, I'm kidding.
Seriously. Oh, I was gonna say, like, that was totally understandable. I was ready to believe you. Yeah, no, absolutely. I would do that with spiders. Like, yeah. I feel you.
Yeah. So, anything else we want to do here before we keep it moving?
Gosh, I just want to find, like, a cool rock to bring. Just a rock. Doesn't matter. It's something smooth and cool and nice. Doesn't have to be quartz or anything, but I'd like that. I'll try to find something.
I mean, we
You
did
want-
end up somewhere in the Carolinas, so there's plenty of quartz.
That's true. See if I can find something like that. See if I can find something. You know? Put it on the dashboard.
When I want something smooth, cool, and nice, I just shave my legs.
Oh ho ho!
Yee.
I'm looking for a rock. Not sass.
Oh.
Depending on the environment, it'd be the same.
That's very true.
I mean, if Mothman's out here.
Hey boy, I shave my legs.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Oh man. So we're not actually in the Carolinas, right? We're like somewhere in the Midwest.
I think we are, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
Man,
Good.
I know absolutely nothing about geography. That's why you didn't put me in charge of the map. I don't know where we are. I have no idea. We're in the woods.
We're going west.
We're going west in the woods.
Why did we pick all the directionally challenged gays to bring on this trip?
I don't know, man. I can do math, but I can't tell you where I am at any given moment.
Well, at least you can do math. That's outside of my skill set.
I don't know how. I have to for work.
I bet measuring stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you measure twice? Cut once?
Mm-hmm. Because I, one time I didn't, and that was not fun. That was a very yelly, shouty day at the old office. Yeah, but still, it was fine. The towel wasn't too expensive. I think. It's fine. It's fine. It's behind me.
You win some, you lose some.
Right?
That's right.
All right.
So, what do we do? Try to find the next rest stop, see what we can gather,
Yeah.
or so that we're not digging holes in these woods.
Yeah, honestly, as much as I like being out here with nature, living off the land, I think maybe it'd be best to up sticks and find a good rest stop. As much as I want to like construct a cabin here, not happening.
No, not today.
Not today.
Especially when you're busy going, west by north.
Mm-hmm. Now, God, put me
Or
with
north.
Source. You put me in the front seat with a map and a compass. I'm like, what does the E stand for? No clue.
It's okay. We can learn to be cartographers.
Exactly. Yeah. I just want to know where I am. I can tell if the stars are out, it's easier, but that's about it.
But is it the Big Dipper is always north? The
Something
end of
like
it?
that. Like the
Have you ever
North
gotten
Star.
the Big Dipper and the Small Dipper confused? Because I have.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's pretty big, and then I look, oh no, that one's bigger.
Huh.
You know, I get confused by that. That's how I tell the difference. I gotta find both of them.
I mean, I've been reminded recently that the sun is also a star.
You're right.
It's the celestial bodies and the mysteries of those. I remember the first time I found out the sun was a star. I think it was like science class, but I was super into the teacher and so it was like, she could have told me whatever she wanted to tell me.
Right? It's like, you're right. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's so weird, like being gay growing up, like you don't realize what those feelings are until later on, and you're like, wow, I really had a crush on my like adult woman teacher.
Right.
Didn't even realize, like, I mean, obviously nothing was gonna happen because right, but like it's so weird. It's just like you think like I just admire that person. It's like, no, truly.
Yeah, I know, right? I always got so confused because I'd see someone who's like so badass, and I'm like, do I want to be them, or do I like them? And it was so confusing. I had no idea. I'm like, I like the aesthetic, but then I'm like, but there's something more to it,
Yeah.
Who is your first celebrity crush?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Kat Dennings.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's not only my first, but that's like the one that I like have carried for many years.
It's the one that stayed with you.
Stuck with me.
Oh yeah. For me, like, I'm like classic is just like Megan Fox, honestly. I saw Transformers so many times and like it wasn't even that good, but I didn't care.
Didn't care.
I didn't care.
Did not care.
No.
Honestly, like first male celebrity crush had to be Orlando Bloom. Like,
Oh god, yeah.
hands down.
Of course. Legolas? Hello?
Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Oh my god, yeah. Definitely. I went through stages. I was like, it's Legolas, and then I'm like, no, it's Aragorn, and then the true, like, no, it's Sam. Sam is the best, and then Arwen has just always been just throughout. Like, yeah, no, I love her.
Yeah.
I can't.
So good.
Oh yeah. What about you, Liz?
Well, I sure did. So Megan Fox was up there until I met somebody who knew her. That she, in every movie that she's in, she has her thumb CGI'd because she is she's missing the edge of her thumb. They're called frog thumbs or something.
Oh.
And she's really uncomfortable about it. She doesn't like it, anybody noticing. Yeah, evidently she threw an absolute fit at a party once because someone glanced down at her thumbs. And yeah, it almost got him thrown out of the party.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like, we're all insecure about some stuff, but I mean, thumbs?
Yeah.
Right?
That's weird facts. Weird
Weird.
facts today I learned.
Mm-hmm.
Weird facts.
You got the squirrels, you got the thumbs, like, you're just spouting,
Tree facts.
right? Tree facts.
Celebrity crushes. Probably Harrison Ford.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So when I was finally allowed to watch something other than Disney, Indiana Jones was at the top of that acceptable list by my parents. And so some combination of Harrison Ford and who plays his opposite in
oh gosh.
what is her name?
In Raiders, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Who ends up bearing his kid that turns into Shia LaBeouf, which is a weird side story, and I think it's just fan fiction at that point.
yeah. Honestly, that's a strange one. Oh my gosh. Let me see. It's 1980. It was in the 80s. It was 81. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Karen Allen.
There you go. Because she
Yeah.
wasn't in too much other stuff, was she? It was just the one.
I think so. I don't recognize the name, but I recognize the face, obviously, because I'm thinking of Raiders.
Oh.
But
Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, do you know what?
Because she was badass. Like, she took out a drinking contest and, gambling, and then, handed Indiana Jones's butt to him. Like, come on.
You can't beat that.
You really can't.
She was in Scrooged, that Bill Murray version of Scrooge,
Oh yeah.
Christmas Carol.
Mhm.
How have I never seen this?
It's really good. You should watch
Is
it.
it?
Yeah.
I
Very
have
good.
to.
Mhm. You know what? When you mentioned Indiana Jones, I thought of another one that sent my heart hammering, which was The Mummy. And just everyone in that
Fraser?
film.
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
Everyone in that movie
Oh.
is just so hot.
I know.
How did that happen? Good casting, I
swear.
guess.
Or George of the Jungle. That's another one.
That's so
Or
good.
the main two characters.
Mhm.
That's both Brendan Fraser, isn't it?
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, that's what sparked my memory of George of the Jungle.
I haven't seen that movie in forever. Oh man, I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah. Brendan Fraser. And who hasn't aged as well as some of the others, though.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
some pretty crummy things happen to him.
He had some hard times, I think.
Yeah.
But
He's doing better now, I hear.
that's good because he seems like such a wholesome person.
I know, right?
I mean, I don't really know, but he seems like that.
I haven't heard anything bad from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nothing. He's a great guy, and he's a great actor too.
True.
Yes. So, what do you think? Did we, so just been driving along trying to see the next gas station. And looks like we're going to come up on a 2-pump gas station that has a restaurant inside the gas. There's 5 buildings on this road. It looks like one of those old-timey pump gas things that has the glass globe on top that's full of gasoline.
Oh, cool.
Remember?
Wow.
Yeah. And you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and fill her up. What are you guys doing?
Do you need more red vines,
I
Margie?
do.
You
I
do?
do.
We might
Yeah.
find some here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
inside and look for snacks and use the restroom and stuff.
Of course. I'm also gonna check out the restaurant, see what that's all about,
Once you guys go inside, it's your typical gas station. They've got your little Debbie's, they've got your candies. If you pick something up that's potentially healthy, you have to check the date because it may or may not be 5 years old. That's
fair.
And the the gas station is adjacent to when you walk in, you're hit with that smell of barbecue and greens are the two big smells that hit you, plus that like underlying oil and diesel smell that you have at every gas station, that always is vented through the bathrooms for whatever reason. And it looks like just a down home like fried chicken and barbecue place.
Nice, very nice.
One of those surprising like 5-star restaurants attached to a gas station.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like Guy Fieri right now.
Yeah.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
And of course I'll come in with my sunglasses on the back of my head like he does.
Yep. Got the frosted tips, like.
I love it. I'm so here for it. Like just the Hawaiian shirt and like, would you say jorts? Is that what you're wearing?
Oh my gosh, he's such a cool guy too. Yeah. I love him.
Yeah, he gets so much hate. There's a comedy skit about him, and we did a whole Flavortown one shot at some point. So
I love it. I love awesome. Flavortown. He just wants to have fun.
He sure does. But
so Margie has went to the restroom. She's washed her hands thoroughly because, you know, gas station bathrooms. And she is walking up and down the aisle, stacking into her arms snacks. Just like, she's got like chips and red vines and chocolate and just all of that stuff. And she's like barely holding on to all of it as she walks up to the counter and just like opens her arms and dumps it and smiles at the cashier.
Wow.
All the things you haven't been able to eat for the last few years.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Oh my
strictly
God.
Vegan diet forced on you by a girlfriend who was a jerk. We're not doing that anymore.
No way. Come on. I throw a packet of beef jerky on there, like, for good measure. We're doing
protein.
Yeah, absolutely. Make you strong.
Right. And replenish the sodas and waters from the cooler that we've had so far.
I make sure to toss in a cherry Coke or two.
You know what the best? When you can find vanilla Coke somewhere.
Oh yeah, I haven't had that in so long.
See, I love cherry Pepsi and vanilla Coke separately.
That's fair. Not
that cherry Coke's bad, but...
I mean, cherry Pepsi's really good though. The like wild cherry. Yeah.
It's a weird world. My dad drank Coke and my mom drank Pepsi. So I grew up with both in the house because they didn't like the other for whatever reason. And so I learned that like when you have pizza and like fried foods and burgers, Coke goes best with those. But Pepsi's better with like deli sandwiches and like colder foods for whatever reason. I don't know.
Like a connoisseur.
The weird dichotomy of
I like that.
Things in my childhood. Nothing was screwed up in my childhood whatsoever. I promise.
Yeah.
This is a theory I'm gonna have to test.
Yeah, seriously.
See, I have no idea about the diet sodas. So if you are a diet soda person, I don't. We drank RC Cola Diet is what we had in our house because it was the best with Splenda instead of aspartame.
That's fair.
Weird pulls from my childhood. Yeah,
I like that. Handy information, you know. Screw wine pairings. I'm not interested in that. Okay. I want to know what's best. Coke, Pepsi.
What's the best soft drink for this food I'm about to eat?
Right? Oh man.
Yeah.
Strawberry Fanta.
Ooh, that's always too sweet for me. I couldn't do Fanta because of how like cloyingly sweet it is.
Yeah, I'm to that age where like the words "that's too sweet for me" come out of my mouth way too often.
You know what it is good with though? Vanilla cake mix. So that plus a 12-ounce can of Fanta in your favorite flavor makes the best cupcakes.
Oh, I'll have to try this.
I know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh.
And then Dr. Pepper with brownie mix.
Oh, I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Squirt is
Just,
an
like,
underrated
jot down
soda.
these notes. Like, let's go.
I was thinking when community theater was done, I'll have to do a baking show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, drive my other half nuts trying to figure out the logistics of a baking show.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's funny.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
I am not. I'm a decent cook, but I'm not good at baking. There's something about the chemistry of baking. Like you can fudge cooking a lot of times, but like the bake, like I'm not good at sciences.
Such it is, I'm okay with measuring. So I'm like, I'm great with baking, and nobody expects it because I don't look like a baker. But suddenly I pull out some like a banana chocolate chip cupcake. So I'm like, there we go. It's great. It's great. I got a little apron at home.
Nice. There's something about the image of you wearing an apron that is like, that's something I gotta see. That's like something
Right.
I gotta see that. I'm gonna need you when you get home to take a picture of yourself in an apron so I can.
I will.
Like,
It says Kiss the Cook. I
That's
know.
awesome.
It's the best. I picked it up at like a thrift store. It's great.
Plaid and Kiss the Cook aprons are really like peanut butter and jelly.
They honestly are.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
wear it like when I'm out on the grill. I wear it when like from the second I step inside to the moment I go to bed. I'm wearing that thing. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do we have everything we need?
I think so.
Oh, baby. So as we get back onto the road here, kind of in the middle of nowhere, driving away from this town that probably had 20 people living in it, do we want to go ahead and take a break
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
and rehydrate?
Yeah.
So for all of our viewers out there, thank you for joining us. Ignore the terrible cooking suggestions in the chat. Please do not make.
A surge cheesecake.
Yes.
Oh my god.
What did you do?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Surge cheesecake is like the best option of what they've been suggesting. So do not add.
This is the first time I'm glancing at the chat now, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. What are y'all doing?
These people are amazing and weird. So here we are.
Incredible.
So yeah, Rose Artemis made the game. Go follow her stuff. If we need to get you her information, please go look her up. She's under Rose Artemis on Twitch and Twitter. This is her one shot that she created for the Fraudulent Gays Jam. And it's been amazing fun so far. Make sure that you go. That is not the right place to be putting those words and those letters. Donate if you can. We're still raising funds for Sada's Daughters. I think we're going to do it the rest of the month. Bits or donations, any little bit counts. And then, of course, give away Big Gays. We're giving away a copy of this game, so please put your name in, and we'll pull either the end of stream or just after, and make sure that whoever wins gets a copy of it. Yeah, I think we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children lying down on the grass, our parents would ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then we'd say something cute like, I want to be an astronaut. Your time lies and waits for no one. We find ourselves asking, what do I want in life? But there are always things that we love and things that we hate. It's just how it works. So if we could choose, why wouldn't we do something we don't like? Instead, we should go and do the things we enjoy and like. Cause they do something we don't like. Instead, we should go and do the things we enjoy and like. Cause then, when we're old, we can look back and remember that this is how we all found ourselves and move onwards.
Welcome back, folks. We are here playing the Big Gay Road Trip, and we're playing it as a GM-less game. Even though I have Game Master over my head, just ignore it. Pretend I'm a driver. And remember that we are donating for Asada's Daughters, and that we're giving away a copy of Big Gay Road Trip all today. So if you want to be a part of that, I believe it's !Big Gay, right? Is the giveaway thing above? Yeah, !Big Gay, 2 G's in the middle. And you can be a part of it. So let's see, what were we doing?
I believe we just finished the rest stop part of this.
Yeah, and we're back on the road, huh?
On the road to the Grand Canyon, and then afterwards Vegas, because we just decided, why not? As you do.
As you do on road trips. So, as we're coming down out of that rest stop, the sun is also coming down. It's starting to become the nighttime drive. Well, we're switch drivers, and so everyone can sleep. And music is turned down a little bit, not as hype as when we were singing Bohemian Rhapsody earlier. But who wants to drive next?
I'll drive if you guys want. I got some caffeine in my system from the cherry Coke, so I can do it.
And if you don't mind there, Margie, I'll take the back seat and take a nap.
Sure.
All right. Heading out, just like window rolled up to make sure it doesn't disturb you, but still one arm on the window, one hand on the steering wheel. Yeah.
Margie has pulled her legs up and is like sitting like cross-legged in the seat, and just like she's got a couple of knitting needles in her hand. She's knitting.
Very nice. I didn't know you knit.
Yeah, I picked it up because I got so bored.
That's amazing. Hey, some good came out of it then, eh?
Yeah,
Your hobby.
true. But if I have to watch the L Word one more time,
I never have.
it's good. It's good. It just don't like watch it. Like, I swear to God, every day after work.
Oh.
Like, she would come home, she would pop on the L Word while she cooked or whatever, and I'm just like, can we? There's other things you can play on the background. I know we all know. Yeah, I mean, like, it's so annoying.
Yeah. Routine. It's just like, well, there's a difference between routine and just I'm comfortable with this and I don't want to explore anything else, and like this is my box and I'm staying in it forever. You know, like I get comfort, but I mean, there's also a bad side to it, I guess. I don't want to say bad, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's like, if you take all forms of criticism as confrontation, you're forever going to live your life like that.
Absolutely.
So
not everyone wants to fight with you, you know?
Exactly.
Especially the people who love you. They're saying stuff like when I'm vulnerable with people and I'm saying, hey, you hurt me. No one wants to admit that. No one wants to say, hey, this thing you said kept me up all night, you know?
Right.
no one wants to say that stuff, but I mean, it's your chance to say, hey, I value you, like you're being vulnerable, and I appreciate that, you know.
I mean, and even just being acknowledging of other people's feelings, you know, and it doesn't feel good to, you know, have your feelings hurt. It doesn't feel good to hurt someone else's feelings, but like if you can just like accept that the things that you did may have affected somebody in a certain way, like just take that ownership of that situation. And Lorelai's just so bad about that. Like it was like always about how she felt. And you know, I'm easygoing. I've always been easygoing.
You're so chill. Yeah.
It's like easier to just be easygoing and let her like have her dramatics and then just go with the flow.
You shouldn't have to be low maintenance to be loved. You shouldn't have to do that.
Exactly.
You know?
I don't know. It's I know we all the three of us just spent a lot of time together, like growing up and just, you know, younger years and stuff like that. Yeah. And there was always, even when I didn't say anything, there was always a deferral, like, okay, so we're thinking this, what do you think? Like there's always been like a you know, thing like that. And even like in my family, that's just the way we are, is like we just talk and then we figure it out and then we go. And I've never had someone be so dismissive or I'd have to be assertive in a situation if I wanted something, and then if I did, it was like blow up city. Like
it makes me think, like, what kind of household did she grow up in where she had to be so defensive, you know? But at the same time, it's not your mess to clean up. You don't bring that into a relationship, you know?
Right. I mean, and you know, that's why we go to therapy, right?
That's why we go to therapy. Exactly.
Right? I mean, you know, I think our parents' age group had to deal with a lot of, you know, junk from their parents. And so there's this idea that like, I didn't have to deal with all the stuff. You don't have to deal with all the stuff I had to deal with growing up. So you grew up way, way better. And it's like, yeah, but
it's just different stuff. Like
it's different stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, there's going to be some kind of like childhood, something that's going to come through. And, you know, with Lorelai, I just think like, you know, she wasn't a product of a broken home. She wasn't a, you know, a really bad off person, but her parents were so dismissive of her and of us as a relationship. Like, I think she carried a lot of anger.
Yeah.
And like when you backswing like that, like you tell someone you can't do this, you can't do that. And then they backswing so far to be so defensive about everything. I think that's where it came from, because there was so much trouble in her household.
She has to justify everything that she does.
Exactly. And she has to be loud about it, which is great.
Yeah.
When she's advocating for you.
But.
Right.
I don't know. Part of me wants to help people like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then another part of me knows I gotta help myself, you know? You gotta do what's best for you sometimes.
Right.
I don't know. There's a lot of guilt leaving that behind, you know what I mean? And you shouldn't have to feel guilty about it, but you do. You know, I'm abandoning this person. Then they get the text messages and the calls and the, why did you block me? Like, well, you know, you're making me feel terrible for looking out for myself. You can't do that to people.
I don't know who said something to her, but somebody said something to her about me coming on this trip.
Are you serious?
I don't know who it was, but the night before we left, I got 2 text messages from her. One that said, I hope you're happy. And the other one was, because I'm not.
Well, that's not your fault. That's not your, even if you're in, Ben and I, it's not my job to make him happy. Mm-hmm. It's my job to support him and to love him and to, you know, help him sometimes, but it's not my job to make him happy. And it was never your job either, you know? A relationship can't make you whole. And that's what she's looking for, and that's not, she's not gonna find it.
Yeah, I was proud of my response because I was very calm about it, but all I really said to her, I didn't call her, I didn't do anything. I just texted her back and said, I'm sorry that you're not happy, but your your emotional responses are not my responsibility anymore.
Yep. They never were. And I'm
that's
so
the
glad that
thing.
you realize that.
And that's the thing, is I made them my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I think ultimately that's what was the last straw, was me realizing, because of therapy, that I was never going to I was never going to be her key to happiness. She had to take those steps on her own.
Mm-hmm.
And when you take someone and you lock them away in a little bottle and they're your own little personal, thing,
Mm-hmm.
you've put me in this little bottle, in this little cage, and I feel like my muscles have all atrophied at this point, and it's really frustrating. I don't know.
It's scary leaving, You get that rush of anxiety when you think, oh, I forgot to text them this morning. Now they're going to be extremely upset with me. Until you realize, no, I don't have to talk with them ever again. I'm free from that. And it's just the sense of relief. And it takes a while to get away from that headspace, to get out of that headspace, but you'll get there, and it's really refreshing. It really is.
Yeah. I hope so. I just feel like I've been ignoring who I am for so long, and what I am or what I want, that I am at this point now where I feel like I don't even know anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the gas station, all that stuff I bought, I don't even know if I like or can eat that stuff anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
the red vines were like my first kind of toe in the water with candy again, because I feel like I hadn't even had it in so long. Like,
yeah,
if I did, it was like that weird super organic, I don't know, barely sweet candy stuff that you get at Whole Foods. It was just not
that's not you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're gonna find out. You get to explore that, and you're gonna find things that you don't like. You're gonna think, oh shit, well, that's not me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna suck when that happens, but the reward at the end of it is, you will rediscover who you are, because you've grown throughout this, with therapy and everything that you've done. And you're gonna realize that once you do find out who you are, you're even better than who you were before that relationship.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish the after effects, I'm so ready to be past this part of it. I'm so ready to be in the healed space, and you can't rush through this.
Recovery isn't even a linear thing. It's just, it goes everywhere.
Exactly. I have bad days, and I have to accept that that's a part of the timeline. It's not a point A to point B situation.
No, it'd be way too easy if it were. We wouldn't need therapists in that case, but they really are miracle workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of going to one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's nice to vent to people. Like, friends are great, but I mean, I don't want to unload everything onto my friends. It's not their responsibility to take care of me, it's my responsibility to take care of me. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We spend so long trying to deal with it ourselves that the emotional toll that takes on you, and the coping mechanisms and all the things that we come up with, healthy or unhealthy, may not be the best, most effective way.
Yeah. I don't know, recovery is a hard thing to do. It is not fun, but I mean, God, it's worth it if we end up, if you're on this trip now. I think that's worth it. I think this is really worth it.
Remind me, there's a world outside.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of comfort in staying in one place, but it's not always a good thing.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I always appreciate your takes. I feel like even since we were kids, like you always had something like super like deep to say, and I know that like life's been different lately, but thanks for just being there. Like I texted you, it had to be like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't know what you were doing up at 3 a.m., but your response.
I don't even remember, honestly. I don't even know. I think it was a combination of Red Bull and the PlayStation. I think that might have been it. I don't know. It probably was, knowing me.
You remember back in the days when vodka and Red Bull was the thing to
drink? Oh God, yeah.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, I texted you at 3 a.m. and it was just like, hey, come on, I got you.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
There was no like hesitation, and since that point, you guys have been just like so there, and I don't know if I'm as forgiving, if I could be as forgiving to a friend, because I ghosted you guys, basically.
There's nothing to forgive, in my opinion. You know, I mean, I know we have to carry the weight equally in our relationships, and hey, you know what? Sometimes it's 50-50. Other times it's 70-30. Sometimes it's the other way around. That's just the way it works. That's just the way people work. We help each other, and that's the way it is. I'm happy to help.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I just spent so long defining myself in relation to someone else.
Oh, I feel that.
Exactly. It's always whose girlfriend are you? Whose friend are you? You're, you know, you work in such and such department, or you're so and so's cousin, or, you know, it's like, who am I?
What am I outside of that?
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like the whole whirlwind of the past like month has been like so intense and so difficult, and it's like everything that I wanted to do for so long that I didn't even realize I wanted to do.
Yeah. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You don't realize what you missed until you see it and you're like, oh shit. You know, in that store there, you reminded me of my aunt. Is silly story. My mom always says, because she never denied us anything in childhood, my sister and I. She if we wanted candy from the fridge, we would get it. It doesn't matter if it was close to our dinner time or anything, we'd get it. And I was like, Mom, like, well, why do you do that? And she said, well, way back when, apparently, in her household, cheese was very expensive. It was a very important thing that only her mother got. Mm-hmm. Like those big blocks of hard cheese. Mm-hmm. And her sister, the second she moved out of that house, she got like 10 blocks of hard cheese and hoarded it. And it went bad in her fridge because she wasn't eating it, obviously. Yeah. You can't eat that many. So she just went wild because she was trapped there saying, no, you can't have this. No, you can't do that.
Right.
And that's just so, like, you kind of reminded me of that story back there. But honestly, if that's your first steps into freedom, buy the whole store out. Do it. Who cares?
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. Like, just did it. Yeah. Like, it's amazing when you start thinking about why you do the things that you do and what the effects of, like, other people had on you for so long. It's just like, why aren't we... Why did I let myself live like that? Like, why? You know,
I know. You see all the red flags, and you know you saw them, but it's just like, maybe because I'm lonely, maybe because I think this is the best I'm gonna get, you know? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I hope you don't think that was the best you could get, because that's certainly not true. You're the best she could get.
It's hard to convince yourself of that, but it's one of those things, like, you know it's true, but you can tell yourself all day long that something's true. and believing it is a whole nother deal. So
yeah, you don't have to believe it every day, every second of the day, but when you lay down at night, you should believe that, you know, end your day on a good note, knowing that you are worth it, you are good, and you're allowed to make mistakes, even if those mistakes take a long time to make, even if it's a 2-year relationship, 5-year, 10-year one, doesn't matter.
Margie looks down at her knitting, chews on her lip for a minute, then looks at you and says, you know, Ben's real lucky to have you.
I'm real lucky to have him. Yeah, he's pretty cool. You're getting emotional on me now. And she's like, oh my God. Okay, here we go. Keep driving.
She goes back to knitting and like is kind of quiet after that point.
Okay. Yeah.
And throughout all of this, it's just been interrupted by snoring in the backseat.
Of course. Occasionally, I'm looking back like, come on, like I thought she stopped doing that. I thought she had one of those like guard things, like the snore guards. Did she forget to pack that?
Maybe so.
Probably.
Interrupted by random words in various languages.
That's unsettling.
I didn't even know she spoke Portuguese.
Right? That's impressive. Did she like pick that up on a show or something? Like what even is that?
You know, I don't even begin to understand the recesses of her brain.
I don't want to know. She's impressed. She just knows so much. It's just the squirrels earlier today and the trees. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. You guys amaze me. I don't even know.
We're very lucky to have each other, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Balance each other out a little bit.
Some people buy all the candy, some people learn all the random ass facts.
Right?
Yeah.
Some people just look cool.
So as you guys are able to take shifts to drive through the night, you watch the scenery change from a more green, lush environment that we had there at Dismal Falls that was quite a misnomer, as it wasn't dismal at all, and move more into a rocky, sandy, red desert environment. And we're almost there.
Mm-hmm. This is more like it. This looks pretty cool.
Yeah. As of course we're taking that stretcher that first thing in the morning, buying coffee and caffeine to keep us through the rest of the day before we get to the Grand Canyon. How was the drive last night?
Not bad. Not bad. It was very smooth. I think I may have seen an animal on the side of the road, but it could have been a really cool rock. I don't know.
Thank you for not stopping to find out.
I was very close, but you know, we were making such good time.
Hopefully I didn't snore too much for you guys.
Stay silent on that, just well.
You know, it happens.
Yo, do you speak Portuguese at all?
A word or two, but no. Why?
No reason.
Oh. Alrighty then.
Curious.
So, you guys excited to be getting close here and
hell yeah.
Look at the map as we've come back into a space that has signal. Looks like we've only got a couple hours left.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Do you want to drive, or do you want someone else to take the wheel for a little while?
Go back to driving. You guys made it through the night.
Somehow. I just kept going west. We're good. I think. I just kept going. Yeah, hopefully that worked.
You know what? It looks like we're moving the right direction. We've gone from,
Damn.
plains and forests to dirt and rocks. So that's
Nice.
good job.
We did it. We went in a straight line.
Woo!
Yes.
Um,
Actually, step aside and call Ben just to make sure that he knows she made it through the night and she's safe and whatever and such.
Absolutely.
Just step aside for a couple minutes and do that.
Yeah. You get enough sleep in the car, Margie?
Yeah. Yeah, I slept all right. Just, trying to rest on the road is so difficult.
Yeah. Moving when you're not I mean, thankfully, like looks like none of us have motion sickness, but that can be rough if we're not careful.
Oh yeah. That's why I kind of made sure I wasn't doing too much knitting in the back seat. Something about like looking down like that kind of makes you feel a little nauseated, but I was okay in the front seat. It was good.
Good. I saw you have knitting. What are you making?
Yeah, I was gonna try to make a hat this time, but I don't know. I'm thinking I might just make it into a scarf. They're so simple. Too much to think about. Just long.
Everyone appreciates scarves.
I know.
They make such great gifts.
I feel like scarves are such a big part of gay culture. Like, we gotta have them.
There's an old French saying that translates to something when you make a scarf, crochet or knit or even sewing, that you have to leave a piece of yourself in it. So you know how when you're crocheting or knitting, you end up with like some of your hair in with it?
Huh.
That if you like, that's absolutely necessary, because when you give it as a gift, you give it as a piece of love from yourself to someone else.
Huh.
Yeah.
I never knew that. That's interesting.
Pretty sure that one's French. I could be wrong, but I think it's French. The person I learned it from is French. So here we are.
That sounds interesting. I don't know if I've ever met a French person.
They're like everyone else. They're good, they're bad, they're tall, they're short.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean those accents though.
Yeah, well, she was very adorable.
She looks down at her knitting and finds a hair that had fallen into it and just kind of like nods at it.
Yeah. Well, just making sure you give it to someone who will appreciate it, right?
Yeah.
Should
Just
be
like,
a little easier.
Yeah, I don't know. Lots of things I gotta figure out who's gonna appreciate it now.
It's always in the cards. You don't know who's gonna appreciate what and how and why and for how long. But
That's true.
do your best and hope for what you can.
That's
Right? So, yeah.
Tucker comes back from the call at this point. Comes back around. Stuffing the phone in her pocket. All right. He was just headed off to work, so I caught him at a good time.
Oh, that's good. How's he doing?
He's doing good. Lonely, the poor lamb. Yeah.
You'll be back soon enough.
My mom was like checking in on him apparently. Like, he can't live without me. She thinks anyway. He's fine.
I mean, he managed before you guys ended up together.
Right? He did pretty well. I think we're all right.
He fed himself, showered on a regular basis, held down a job. What more do you want?
That's more than a lot of people can do, okay?
It sure is.
Seriously. He's doing all right.
Moms are weird like that. They latch on to things, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
She really latched on to Ben when I brought him home. Oh my god, her eyes brightened
Mm.
when she saw him. He's a nice guy, though. I can understand why she likes him. He's
Yeah.
nice.
As long as she doesn't make you feel, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Upset over past choices. There's got to be a word for that. Otherwise, it's too many words altogether. You know?
I want to say regretful, but not like upset or past choice. Like,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I get the vibe. I know what you're sending here. No, it's just, you know, sometimes when we're walking along together, like, you know, people will see us and like half the people think we're two gay guys, which is a compliment to me, I'll be honest. You know, and then other times, I don't know, I guess I just don't, how do I put this? When I'm alone and someone gives me the look, and you know, it's the head to toe, that's gay look. When someone gives me that, it's like, oh yes, I'm projecting who I am. Everyone can see that. It feels good. But when I'm with him, I don't get that, you know? I don't get those looks. And it's like, I don't know.
You miss it sometimes?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say like, oh, people think I'm straight with him, I guess. And I'm definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Gay relationships are gay no matter what it looks like to others. I
keep telling him that. I'm like, you do realize you are in the gayest relationship? And he's like, I know. He accepts it fully, and I guess that's all I can really ask for. I know some people, when they get into relationships with bisexual or pansexual people, they're always nervous. Well, you know, you could always cheat on me with the other side. That's not how it works.
And that doesn't have anything to do with it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
People will people.
Exactly. People will people. I'm not that kind of people. Yeah.
No matter how they align. Like, I don't know. Villains are gonna villain. Sometimes the goodies are the goodies feel like baddies.
Yeah.
These are all words, and none of them make sense.
But I feel you though. So how can you say that doesn't make sense? Yeah. No, I get it. Like, if you're an asshole, it doesn't matter if you're gay, you're straight, you're bi, you're pan, you're ace, whatever.
Yeah.
You're an asshole, and that's the way it is. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't want to be accused of anything because I'm queer, but I also don't want people to forget that I am queer. So that's why I dress like a fucking lumberjack.
It's adorable.
Thank you. I think it's pretty great.
Well, you know, I'm a lumberjack sexual, so it's not a problem. But
there it is. That's what I'm looking for.
I just think if, you know, sometimes it's easy to feel like you found a niche, you know, when you find another, you know, person that's a part of the community wherever you are. It's easy to forget that they're still people, right? So they may feel like a safe space, but not, you know, they're not always necessary. I think, you know, Lorelai is a key example of that. Like, it's just, you know, we all have our traumas and how we deal with them and our own preconceived notions. I remember one time it was a brewery. I went into this brewery, dating a man at the time, sat down at they had these long tables, sat down with a large group of women. They were all lesbians, my assumption, because of the way they questioned me, because they questioned me deeply, like how and why does that work? And I'm like, wait, I thought we were on the same team here. I didn't realize I was on the other side of this.
Oh, boy.
I didn't realize. But it's not the thing, and the thing that I tell everyone is it's not 50-50. Sometimes it could be 70-30. It's like with relationships. You could like, you know, 70% of the time you like dudes, 30% of the time you like women, you know, or you or whatever, any part of the spectrum, because we're all something in between.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
I truly do believe that as far as gender and sex goes, like you, like gender and like sexual preferences go, like you truly, if you are putting yourself outside of it and trying to say it's black and white, you are wrong, friendo.
Absolutely. The big thing that I tell people, you know, I like men, I like women, but I like you the most. And that's
Right.
what counts. You know? But I also don't want people to forget I like men and I like women and everyone else in between and outside of that too.
Right.
So yeah. It's just nice to have that community, but at the same time, I don't want to define myself by it, you know? I'm more than just queer. Though I am excellent at being queer. I try. Try to represent.
Yeah, it's always interesting going out into the world and people have these preconceived notions of you. I was mowing a lawn once, and someone asked me where my husband was and why he wasn't mowing the lawn. And I wasn't married at the time, but they asked this question of, you know, honey, why are you doing that? Why don't you let your man handle it? And you know when you think about something later and you're like, my response should have been
Yes.
almost disappointed in yourself, where you kind of just,
Stay up all night thinking about it.
yeah, my response should have been, let me go get my wife to tell her that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that would have been
I
great.
know.
Yeah, but if I'm ever questioned again, that will definitely be my response. But
Right.
yeah, it's oof. People are a big yikes sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. I understand why someone feels the need to say that. Like, I guess they're trying to start conversation, but that's a weird way to start a conversation, I guess.
Well, what was funny is I was living with a friend of mine at the time who was also a single woman. So you really had no idea if you just saw the two of us coming in and out of this home, you had no idea if we were together or like roommates or what that
Just
looked
gals
like.
being pals.
Yeah. So, and she's also adorable because she's, you know, tall, redheaded, fiery, just an individual. But yeah, it just would have been the icing on the cake that it was just two women living in the same house.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I have two questions.
Hmm.
Does she like girls, and is she single?
I mean, I don't think so. And yes,
Okay. Oh, okay.
I know. It's disappointing.
Still worth asking.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm not in the stage to start that stuff, but
Neither is she. Oh man, she's a good time though. She's always fun. Always fun. She's a lightweight these days, so it's even more hilarious when you're around her. So yeah, but they were roommates. Every historian ever. Yes.
Oh man. Oh god. I feel that in my heart.
they're just really good friends.
Yeah, right? They were buried together. They're just like BFFs,
They lived together for like 50 years.
right? Never married.
Never married.
And if only we could connect the dots.
I had
If
no
only
idea.
there. If only we could understand.
Gosh.
Yeah, and 5 cats, because you can't have 2 cats and you can't have 4 cats. It's either 3 or more. It just you just kind of extrapolate.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, that would have been funny. But yeah, no, there's always people pushing their preconceived notions on you, and it's bullshit.
It really is.
People are the worst.
They can be. I like them on an individual level, but when it comes to just the world, humanity, it's really teetering here. Like sometimes it's awesome, and sometimes I'm like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, it sure is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, man, I don't know. People are a lot. People are a whole lot.
They are a lot to take.
So,
But they're a lot to explore too, and I like that.
yeah. So, but yeah. So as we've been driving, the areas become more populated, and you see more houses as we get closer and closer to more civilization. You're seeing restaurants and hotels come back up. Um, and as we're going through this town before we go back out of it again, it's that town lasts 5 or 6 minutes
Mm-hmm.
before we're back out into the desert, and you start to see the signs, the monument signs, the ones that are brown with the white lettering,
Yeah.
and the green ones that have the forest preserves on them that really aren't forests, but they're part of the forestry preserve here across the U.S. For the Grand Canyon.
Nice.
Yeah,
Finally.
I know. So do we go to the north side or the south side first?
I don't know. You said the north side had that was it the north side that had the like glass thing on it?
Yep, the gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
You don't have to go on it. I just want to get a picture on it. We get it over with.
It is cantilevered. They give you little booties so you don't scratch it, and they can only let so many people out at a time because it only holds so much weight.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a little bit alarming. Still gonna do it, but just a little bit alarming.
You're a braver person than I am. That is for certain.
This is all for a joke to make Ben it seem like just to. I don't know. I don't want to say trigger his fear of heights because I don't want to do that. I just want to be like, look at me, a little bit. So it's all for a joke.
Probably just standing on it and us taking a picture of you would be enough.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, then the north face it is. It's a little sparser than the south facing. The south facing is where all the tourist traps are. I think there's a dinosaur museum out there and a couple other things.
I love dinosaurs.
Me too. Well, I guess we know what we're gonna do this afternoon. Oh man.
Let's hit that north first.
Yeah. That is so cool. Yeah, I'll step out there and just take a quick like selfie.
Did Liz freeze up?
I'm not sure actually.
Oh.
Okay. Oh. Damn.
Oh no.
So do you want to go to the dinosaur museum then?
I love dinosaurs.
Let's go to the dinosaur museum.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is about like ancient, huge, like dinosaurs.
It's so cool.
But it's just like the best.
It really is. It's the closest thing we have to dragons, and I love it.
That's true.
Yeah. It's so cool. I don't know. What's your favorite dinosaur? Favorite one?
Probably the Triceratops.
Thank you. Yes, that is the best one.
It's so good.
It's so cool looking.
Yeah. Like, it just looks like a more like lizardy hippo with like big horns. 3 big horns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
we're
take a
gonna
break just to
yeah.
get Liz back.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. So she'll
Mhm.
be back.
We were children lying down on the grass. Our parents would ask, what do you wanna be when you grow up? And then we'd say something cute like, I want to be an astronaut. Your time lies and waits for no one. We find ourselves asking, what do I want in life? But there are always things that we love and things that we hate. It's just how it works. So if we could choose, why would we do something we don't like? Instead, we should go and do the things we enjoy and like. Cause then, when we're old, we can look back and remember that this is how we all found ourselves and move onwards.
Hello, folks. Sorry about that. Yep. I opened my big mouth before this stream and said something about how, knock on wood, we hadn't had any technical issues. And we had one person, their modem completely went out, and my computer decided to do this. So, yeah, I should not talk. But here we are. Whew. So what were we doing?
We were seeing the dinosaurs. Well, we were like on the north side of it. I was just like, she takes a quick selfie and then heads on out because she knows, not everyone wants to be here, so let's just hurry up and get to the tourist traps.
Perfect. So, yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't die out on that disc.
Yeah,
That's a
me
lot.
too, Yeah, it was pretty safe. I was gonna jump a couple times, but I felt like that was really pushing my luck, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, especially you were standing right there next to that 6-year-old who is also braver than I
it
am.
was so bold.
So
I love
bold.
children for that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna do it, and then I looked at it and I was like, nah.
That's fine. Next time.
Yeah. No, I hear ya. Alrighty. So, yeah. So this is our destination. We're here now.
Mhm.
How do you guys feel about it?
It's pretty cool. I really liked the pause we took in the forest just to hang out and talk about like cryptids and our celebrity crushes. That was like the best part of the trip for me. It was really cool. Yeah, I feel like I learned more about my friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So, for these characters, how do we think that their relationships would have changed over the next week, month, year after spending too much time in a car together?
Oh boy. Tucker probably won't want to see any more red vines for a little while. Just for a little while. Yeah. But definitely become the sort of person to kind of check in with friends a little more to make sure they're not falling into for lack of a better word, darker places, I suppose, just to make sure, just checking up on people a little more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Margie definitely during the trip kind of feel like she reconnected with her friends a little bit better. And which was something she needed to do after her crappy relationship. But I think during the trip, she realized that she had developed a crush on Tucker. She had kind of like when she was like the whole really lucky to have you, like that thing that people say to you when they're really digging on you and they like, you know, you're in a relationship. So, but I think that, you know, that's ultimately something that she's not, because she's in such desperate need of like friendship. She knows better, and she's not going to probably pursue, even if, you know, down the road something did happen. She's just like, you know, I need these key people in my life in a way that makes sense. And I think that's probably one of the most difficult things about being part of this community is everyone's like, most people you meet are pretty great, and then you're like, oh wow, I really like you, but you know,
Yep.
Friendship, you know, relationship. So
And of course you try to flirt and it just goes right over them.
it's like,
Right? I'm living with this woman. We have 4 cats together. Do you think she likes me? Like,
exactly.
I mean, I didn't come here to be called out like this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. But also those friend crushes that you get that make you better friends in the long run is sometimes so integral to friend groups in general, right? As you have that infatuation phase for a while where you think, you know, the sun shines out their ass, and then you learn that like you become better friends, and you end up loving them as a friend for all their flaws too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're already so in key. We're saying the exact same thing.
Right?
I know.
But I think, you know, it's easy to say, you know, like, oh wow, you know, like I really like this person a lot. I really respect them a lot, and hey, I happen to be attracted to them. Like it's super simple to have that type of thing, but there's this sort of anticipation that if you feel that way about someone, you're going to act on it. And there's no necessary need because you feel a way that you're going to act a way. So I think that's probably what the situation is, especially for Margie.
Yeah. Well, and it's that rebound crush.
Yeah.
Where if it's on a friend group that you know you can appreciate them without pursuing it, it can help you get over that hurdle of like, I'm worthless and I'm not loved by anybody. But then you have your friends around you, you have that friend crush, and you can move past it and create something more meaningful.
Right.
Absolutely.
For yourself in a healthier way.
Yes, exactly. You find someone who really appreciates you and you go, oh wow, I missed this, you know?
Yeah.
But so this was a lot of fun, and I think this plays really well as a GM-less system.
It does,
Yeah, I think it absolutely does. So definitely make sure that you enter the giveaway for the module here, and we'll make sure that you get a copy of it, and support Rose, who has been in chat this whole time, and I'm so glad she's here. It's been fun. So as these characters, this is not what I wanted, get to reflect on this time and play out the scenes of seeing the Grand Canyon for the first time, getting that sunburn, or, you know, of course someone's going to walk into poison ivy at some point and we're all going to make fun of them for it. And then, of course, taking their sunburnt, itchy selves to Vegas and enjoying that experience.
Oh boy.
And making it home to their respectful places. At least for Liz, she will always look back fondly on the pictures and the crazy nonsense that we pulled during this road trip. So, anything else from the other participants?
Tucker's just gonna go home and make some of that Fanta cake and like Dr. Pepper brownies. like the second she gets back, the apron goes on and she's like, get ready. It's happening.
And we get that with the kiss the cook apron from.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Get the Dr. Pepper, dude. I'm about to blow your mind.
It creates a cakey or brownie, but it's actually really good.
Oh man, I have to try this now.
Yeah, you can do it with Coke, pretty much any dark cola.
Cool.
Yeah, for the brownies, and then for the cake, you can whatever flavor you like. You can do it for if you like squirt because you like the grapefruit, you can do that. 7-Up works if you just want a plain cake, 7-Up or Sprite. But yeah, it does. So make sure you enter that giveaway so that we can pull here. We'll give it another minute or so while we do our outros. So where can we find you, and what are you doing in the world? And we can go backwards, and Chris can go first this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, what's up? I am Chris. I'm a game designer, I'm a writer, I'm a dungeon master, player, whatever. And I want to actually take this time to promote the DM's Guild Black Lives Matter charity bundles. There are a ton of them available on DM's Guild and Drive-Thru RPG, and tomorrow is your last day to grab them. My monk subclass, the Way of the Red Dragon, is actually available in the Black Lives Matter bundle, among some other amazing titles. My subclass is one of 12 draconic monk paths that's gradually being published onto DM's Guild, and I'm like super excited about this one. It's really badass. Anyway, check out the bundles, support if you can, and follow me on Twitter. I want to be friends and talk games. And by the way, thank you to Rose for creating such an awesome game. By the way, it is incredible.
Yeah.
So I am Marlo. You can find my Twitter handle below. I am doing lots of things, one-shots. I'm trying to, I'm doing like limited streams, like 3 or 4 and stuff like that. So I'm constantly sharing and posting about that stuff. I am also a part of a actual play podcast. I play Yavalia, a bard. So maybe she'll take your subclass. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm also the editor for that show. It's a really great show, blurs the line between actual plays and audio dramas. And if you get a chance to check it out, it's called Sins of the Father. It's a part of the Misconceptions Podcast Network. So thanks a lot, guys.
Alrighty. And then, of course, you can find me. I live here at Dice Priori. And I'm doing this for another 2 weekends. Is that all it is? 3 weekends? 3 weekends. And then we're going to take a break on the community theater. So if you want to come play with us, Blue Rose system is filled up for next week, but I think I still have room in Heist. And then we'll have our final Dungeons and Doggies in Neverland. So they will play as Awakened Doggos going to Neverland. And I might do a baking show. I shouldn't talk because I sign myself up for things and break technology. Oh boy. Yeah, we're here. Come join us during the week. We do things most of the time, every day of the week, but time is meaningless. So we'll see when some of these things come back as we watch our health and sanity and make sure everything is where we need it to be. So all of the art, of course, is by Vox Fanato. Go commission her if you can. Her stuff is amazing, and it's plug and play for the most part. We don't have any issues with it. It's amazing. And of course, with our music, we have borrowed these from some royalty-free sources that are amazing. And that's okay. It doesn't matter if we break the schedule as long as we're taking care of ourselves. That is the important part. So the schedule will be fixed and we will go back to it at some point. But go support these amazing beans. Go find Rose out on Twitter and on Twitch. I think it's just, if I can spell, Rose Artemis. Nope, that's not a thing. There's too many Twitch on TV. There we go. That'll work. Go follow her. She does playthroughs of different video games, variety streamer. It's great fun to watch and write stuff like this. So I think I've blathered on enough. Do we want to go ahead and close out the giveaway and see if someone wins this amazing module before we go raid a friend of ours? Emma! Ah! This is perfect. This is perfect. If Emma ever runs this, she's going to do an amazing job of it. I don't know if Emma's Grim Femmes are out in the world or if you can find them as VODs or on YouTube, but they're awesome. And I think she would do an amazing job with this. So we'll get that over to Emma. You guys have a beautiful evening. Thank you for joining us. And I appreciate you all. Stay safe and healthy out there.